So much hair everywhere. This is a set I never thought I would own. And when I saw the listing, I basically just saw like hair. But I knew what was in there. And we're going to discover it together. So, back in 2013, this set came out. And for those of us who love Ariel and the Little Mermaid, this is another mini set of her and her 6 sisters. Not that you can tell from under all of this. Yeah. So I'm gonna do the same order as the last video. Yeah. So we're gonna start with Atina, who's got her lovely kind of orange ensemble. So the first thing you notice straight away with these guys is they're all very much kind of identical. They all have the exact same hairstyle, hair length. And yeah, the sisters don't actually have the same hair, but that's cool, that's fine. Alana we have, yuck, there's like dirt in her hair, gross. Adela, where are you? There you are. I always thought Adela's hair was kind of more black, but yeah, whatever. Aquata, yes, here you go. Very, very similar. Yeah, Adela's colours are weird because doesn't she have green eyes as well? Anyway, not to worry. Arista, here she is. Andrina, gorgeous, and of course, the lady of the hour. So much hair, so much hair. Yeah, so because they're all kind of the same, like they have different color makeup and things like that to distinguish them. Their eyes are different colors, all that good stuff. But because they're physically very similar, I'm just going to look at one. And I'm going to use Ariel herself as the test subject, just so we can have a look and see what they kind of look like up close. So she does have a little bit of gel in her hair. She's the only one who doesn't have it tied to the side. She got her famous little flounce. But yeah, a lot of hair that's just been kind of left. Fear not, we will fix this. So they all have these metallic top and bottoms. Everyone else is wearing matching colours. Of course, this should be green, I think, for Adela. Her colour scheme is weirding me out a little. But anyway, so let's just have a peep. On her back it says the Disney Store London. Yes, and you can remove her outfit. Yes, indeed. Oh, there's just a number on the back. Yeah, and I'm guessing, so I'm not sure how to do this. Just pop it off gently, I guess. Oh. She has a plastic bag protecting her legs from discoloring. That's kind of cool. And then it just says made in China. Oh, she's actually quite flexible. I didn't expect her to be able to sit that well, but of course, yeah. Her little point toes, like ballet. So yeah, okay, cool. Kind of a interesting joint, but yeah, it's actually quite good. She can do the kind of mostly a T-pose, not really, and she can rotate. Also a bit stiff, but that could just be her, like myself. So yeah, they're a nice feeling. It's kind of a nice soft rubbery. She does have a bit of a bend in the knees, which is always nice. So yeah, oh no, don't bend it that way. It's not good. So yeah, that's basically what they look like underneath. That's a very good idea, actually. I'll pop that back on. But of course, when I'm washing them, I'll have to take it off. But that's its own story. A little bit of an elastic there. This one has a little bit of frill. Some of the others don't. Yeah, I think it's like a design choice. Hers is a bit more pronounced. And a little bit of like netting here at the bottom. And that's kind of basically what they all look like. So I'm not really sure what I want to do with them because these dolls are actually very, very rare. So I don't want to go messing around with their hair and changing it too much. But I'm kind of wondering if I could change a little bit of the way each one is styled just so it kind of looks a bit more like their own characters and not just all with the same copy-paste, hairband on the side look. I might play with that, but yeah, I won't be doing any major changes. These elastics have to come out, and I will, whatever I end up doing, I'll probably sew it in place. But that's an easy enough thing to do. I was wondering why they were rattling actually, but now that I know that there's a bag, that actually makes more sense. Because like, why are they rattling so much? So yeah, very happy to have these. Kind of looking forward to getting their hair tamed down a small bit. At the very least, if I can even just get it to sort of where we can see what's under the hair, that would be pretty good. So watch this space. Before I continue on and show you the afters of the dolls, I just wanted to very quickly show that this is how I arranged the previous set of 7 mini dolls that I got. Because they're so small, I couldn't really find a stand to put them on that I liked that wasn't really bulky and just kind of took over. So I got this old, just like a simple box frame, cut cardboard to size, did some glittery paper, laid them all out, did 2 little dots like where I wanted them, basically sewed them then onto the cardboard with like a flesh colored thread. Popped them in, made them kind of nicely posed, and then put the frame together. And it was just like a really simple, really cheap way to like display these girls. So I've decided to do it also for the ones in this video. So I just wanted to share that because I thought that's kind of a nice fun little tip. And it looks really nice because it's kind of like a family photo, you know, almost everyone's kind of like bunching in together like, hey, take a picture, you know. And it protects them from dust and things as well. So, you know, yeah, I'm quite proud of that. So I didn't put them in any order. I just popped Ariel into the middle, and then whoever I thought kind of fit in around her, I just went with it that way because I didn't want it to be too, you know, everyone's in a line again in the order that they were born in or whatever. So I kind of had fun with that. So now that I've showed that, I'm going to show the dolls afterwards. This backing is drying, so I currently am making another one for these. So it's just a literally a piece of cardboard I took off of a Lego box. I've just stuck a bunch of this lovely shiny stuff on there. Nothing too fancy. It's just like glittery craft paper, but you could probably use anything. I just thought it adds a nice little effect behind them, the reflectiveness. So that's those beauties. I'm going to pop them away and we're going to have a look at our girls. Here are our girls looking much improved. There's a lot less hair everywhere. So I'm going to just pop the camera down and we're going to go through them one by one very quickly. Okie doke. So there we go. We're going to start in the same order as last time. We're going to go for Athena. So I did not cut or do anything to the hair on these guys. Sorry, now wait for her to focus. Please focus. No, do not want. Oh my goodness. Okay, why are you not focusing for me today? Oh, goodness. Ah, there we go. Okay, sorry about that. So there is our lovely Athena. So our orange colored girly with a freshly washed and freshened up look. So I didn't cut any hair or do anything like that. What I wanted to do was just do kind of an original hairstyle inspired look. So she has this kind of top knot area and pulled back. But in the back, I actually did kind of like this plait I must take this elastic off because I've already sewn it into place. I just realized I forgot that. I usually do tie them up with elastic. And then I sew it into place and then I remove the elastic. That's usually what I do. So like top knot, everything is added down in here. So I did an extra knot here. This is for her bangs piece that was a bit shorter. I gave her like a little side thing. It doesn't really matter because this will just be behind her. So I forgot to take the elastic off there actually. But I try not to leave the elastics on because they rot over time and they just leave a residue. Yeah, it's not fun. But I just thought that made her look a little bit more original, like her own character, if that makes sense. Because they all had the exact same like bush of hair with a little side tail. For Alana, yeah, I just gave her these kind of really huge bouncy curls to kind of flounce because that's kind of her look basically. It's just like a little side sweep and curls, way longer than hers. I mean, her curls really should only be about like there. Again, I sewed it into place just with some purple thread. Nothing too fancy there, but you know, I thought their silhouette is already like very different now as opposed to 2 exact same looking dolls. And who do we have next? Adela. Why her hair is brown and her top is not green, I don't know, because everyone else kind of got the right colours ish. But yeah, anyway, look, this is kind of just meant to be her top, like super high top ponytail with her little, I guess, bun or fringe or whatever that is. So it's just like an extra long ponytail, really. Just with thread. I like sewing things on. I thought it looked pretty nice all the same. Again, just a simple little thing that can easily be undone. Especially when you're looking at dolls that are this kind of hard to find, especially in nice condition. You don't, well, I don't like to kind of alter anything, but I just thought I really wanted them to all have their own unique look. So that's kind of just what I was going for, using what we have. Aquata, here she comes. So she is another girly that kind of has this like swept back hair with a sort of a top knot, I guess. So I just swept her entire hair back into this ponytail, which will kind of sit behind her. Not really too intrusive or anything, but it gives a little bit of her original character without changing the hair. Let's see, who do we have? Arista's next, our red-haired girly. She's pretty simple, just a nice side swoop, a high top knot with some hair wrapped around, sewed into place. I kind of curled it a little bit. The hair fibres on these dolls are not the most fun, with the exception of Ariel. Ariel got beautiful soft hair, and these girls all got this kind of really wiry hair. I don't even know what it is, but it's a bit difficult to work with. I wish they had given the same as Ariel. But anyway, look, this is what we were able to do with it. So when it's in its boxed frame, I think she'll look pretty good. Who have we got next? We have Andrina. I can't remember how you pronounce it. She has this sort of like a swirl thingy going on, up into a high thingy, high ponytail. Weirdly enough, where are we gone? Where's Adela? I would have thought that the darker purple was meant for Adela, and this pinkish colour was meant for Andrina, but no, this is how they came. For me, like, she's always been like the purple girly. Yeah, I mean, you can swap them around. It's not really a big deal. It's not like a huge colour difference, but just another thing that's a little bit like, oh, why? Why did they do that? And of course, our beautiful Ariel is last. Her hair gets to be down and loose and just flouncy, and it is so soft and shiny, like an absolute pleasure to work with. I wish they'd have done the same for these girlies. Would have made my life a bit easier, certainly. So yeah, she gets to have, you know, woohoo. She's known for her fiery red hair, just like her dad was back in the day. If you know, you know. Yeah, so there you go. That is our 7 girlies right there. So my backing has dried for this. I'm going to go ahead and arrange them on it. I'll just show you. I'm just going to arrange them on the way I think they look good. Make the little holes, sew them on, and then I'll show you guys in a minute how that turned out. Here's how it looks with just 2. It doesn't really matter about the backing colour so much. It's really just to have a bit of a shimmer. It doesn't have to be perfect, and the hair will hide a lot of it anyway, so I don't really mind. Her waist is so tiny, like you need the tiniest amount of thread, which at the back just gets tied in a wee knot. So yeah, it's pretty sturdy, and you kind of have to wait till the end to really pose them as best you can. But their hair is a bit problematic because there's just such a bulky amount of it. But we'll do what we can, and I already have the holes pre-punched as well. Yeah, so there's progress. So here's what it looks like on the back card. I've put the, oh gosh, the front piece here in between. So I've put their tails out first, and then I've kind of worked it up around their heads. Yes. So it looks kind of like 3D, like they're popping out. They're all saying hello, kind of celebrating, I guess. They look like they're happy about stuff. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So what I did then is I just very lightly glued this down onto the board, wait for it to dry. Everyone's ready to go in, and then I'll get my box, and we'll see how they turn out in the end. This is how they look in the end. So are they perfect? No, they don't need to be. I probably will redo the background at some point. It doesn't really bother me. They're all posed, they look nice, they're safe, they're not going to get any dust on them. And it's just super cool to have them together. So thank you guys for watching. Yeah, till the next video. Bye.